following program is provided in part by St. Mary's Credit Union.
Coming up right now on this MTW News Update, a memorial fund has been established in the name of the recent DPW worker who died tragically while on duty during December's ice storm. We have the details in our top story. The Marlborough Regional Chamber of Commerce has created an online networking tool to promote the city's greatest assets. We have a message from the Chamber's CEO. Plus, New England's first fully featured indoor and outdoor sports complex is up and running. And meet the newest member of the Wayside Racquet and Swim Club. Those stories and more on this week's show, which begins right now. Welcome to this MTW News Update. I'm Kristen Doucette. Let's begin right now with this week's top stories. The City of Marlborough Department of Public Works announced on Friday, December 19th, that a memorial fund has been established in the name of Kevin F. Connolly, who died tragically while on duty for the department during an ice storm, which blanketed much of central and northern Massachusetts on Friday, December 12th. His wife of 25 years, Jan, his daughter Victoria, and his son Cameron survived Kevin. Contributions to his memorial fund may be sent in Kevin's name to the Marlborough Savings Bank, 166 Main Street, Marlborough, Massachusetts, 01752. The possibility of upgrading 2 liquor licenses led to a packed city council meeting on Monday night, with supporters saying that the east side of the city needs an all-alcohol business.
I'm in favor of seeing a full-service package store on the east side of Marlborough that could have some variety and compete with Cappy's. I think it would be good for the east side of Marlborough, which seems like it's struggling at this point. While
others say the city already has enough.
It's a very strained economy, and it'll have a negative impact on many of the existing businesses in town. So we'd like to have that considered. We'd also request that there might be other ways to look at solutions to the problem other than just the upgrade, that maybe there would be a way that would be a little more fair to those who have worked really hard and invested a lot to achieve the same.
The proposal would convert 2 current beer and wine package store licenses to all alcohol package store licenses. The move would require approval by the legislature. With 8 all liquor licenses, Marlborough already has the maximum number of licenses allowed in the city. The issue now moves to the Legislative and Legal Affairs Committee. Any proposal that the committee comes up with would go before the full city council for a vote. In addition, councilors unanimously re-elected Arthur Vigin to the position of council president.
Councilor Vigin has received 11 votes and is declared president of the city council.
Councilors also elected Patricia Pope for their vice president.
This website will appear to anyone, whether they live in the city or not, who's looking for something to do.
The Marlborough Regional Chamber of Commerce, utilizing the expertise of the Tourism Council and Technology Committee members, has created a new website to promote the great assets of the Marlborough region.
It really is something that we've needed for a long time. We are very, very proud of a lot of the hidden jewels in our community.
We met with the CEO of the Marlborough Chamber of Commerce to learn more about this great networking tool.
We put together a Marlborough Visitors Guide online, and it's marlboroughvisitorsguide.com.
Lieber thinks this is just what this great city needs to further inform and educate city and surrounding town residents on what is currently available in a variety of categories.
We have where to eat, where to sleep, activities, calendar, and information.
Many people are interested in attracting leisure and business travelers to this region. As a result, the Chamber pulled together volunteer resources and a small amount of grant money to promote area business products and services on one site for all visitors and residents alike.
It's just great for visitors, great for businesses who are looking to relocate, because a lot of times they say to me that they're interested and they're concerned with the quality of life. We have it all here.
On the site, visitors will find interesting facts and statistics about Marlborough and the surrounding area. A calendar of major community events is also added to the site, so people will be able to see and enjoy the different community events like the Labor Day Parade and the Heritage Festival.
It really is a nice asset to have for our community and for the visitors to our community, because there's so many assets in this area people just kind of forget about.
Visit MarlboroughVisitorsGuide.com to discover the many great assets of the city of Marlborough. You will soon discover the site is a one-stop resource for services, products, entertainment, and much, much more.
I would like to ask anyone in the community if they have suggestions to add things to that site. We're very well open to them.
The game has officially begun for a brand new sports facility, which is located right next to the Advanced Math and Science Academy at 219 4th Street. After months of preparation, owner Pat Teeger is eager to get the games rolling.
We're really excited because we finally got open, and already people have been discovering us, and we've already got lunch groups that are coming in from the local industry that are doing basketball and soccer. We have the AMSA school using their gym classes with us. At nighttime we have open play for adults. We've started 8 to 10 on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for everybody high school and up. We also have soccer on Tuesday nights, 8 o'clock to 10. You just pay one fee and you get to play for the whole 2 hours.
Multiple sports including indoor golf driving range, boarded and unboarded soccer, lacrosse, field hockey, basketball, volleyball, golf, football, just to name a few.
We can handle any kind of field sport that's out there. We had a team come to us that's a Frisbee team, and we've rented space out to them. We've got anything that you can think of here at this facility, and we just love everybody to come down and investigate us and see how we can service you, because we have a multitude of field space, different venues. We have the upstairs where it's a whole building function room where we can do interactive things with businesses that want to do team building.
A cardio and fitness center is available, as well as an arcade and concession stand.
We have tons of space for spectators. All we ask is the spectators be courteous to the teams that are on the fields. We built this place wide enough so that there's walking room so that you're not falling into the field when people are actually using it.
Four Kicks 2 offers an abundance of different sport options and can accommodate the most challenging players.
Any sport you name it, we'll try and deal with you and help you out.
Little slice there, watch it spin. Nice, almost.
The Wayside Racquet and Swim Club is pleased to announce the addition of a certified tennis pro to the tennis staff.
My name is Lee Zenz, and I work here at the Marlborough Racquet and Swim Club. I actually just joined onto the club about 6 weeks ago into a new position. I'm the tennis coordinator here at the club, and I'm also one of the associate pros who teaches on our courts.
A resident of Princeton, Massachusetts, where she lives with her husband and 2 sons, Lee is an active singles and doubles player and has coached and captained women's USTA teams as well as high school girls teams.
I'm actually also an avid runner. I run road races, and I coach boys indoor soccer and also outdoor soccer as well. So I guess I have kind of a breadth of background in terms of athletics. My interests also span a number of sports besides this.
As program coordinator, Lee is eager to further integrate all Wayside departments, from personal training to aquatics, into the tennis curriculum.
As I have advanced as a player, I have loved to bring the sport to others, that I can empathize with their own challenges as they are either starting the game or trying to get the next level, to get bumped up, we call it, in their ratings, or finally make the team and get a higher position in the team. So I've been very thrilled to be able to step on the court with them. And again, it's a thinking person's game to be able to really analyze where they are today, where they're trying to get to, and really be that person on their journey with them, to mentor them and be their supporter.
Working with tennis director Steve Weiner and the entire tennis staff, Lee hopes to expand the club's youth program to include the next generation of tennis players, as well as welcome players back to the game who have taken a break from the sport.
There's avid players here who have great passion for the game. And the pros are highly dedicated, and Steve is very passionate about it and well respected in the industry. So I'm very pleased to be here.
To get to know Lee just a little bit better, we asked her to describe herself for all of you at home.
Someone with lots of energy and lots of passion. and very committed, I guess.
To meet Lee or for more information, please call 508-481-1797 or visit Wayside's website at wayside.net.
Hey there, been a while. Missed my fans out there, but it's cool. I'm back, and we got all the action on the hardwood at Assabet and whatever you call that surface in the field house at Marlborough High. We start with the Panthers boys team against Burncoat back in December. There's Burncoat Patriots taking on the Panthers, looking for their first W. Early action here. Fabrice Yo-Yo, get out. Throwing this one down length of the court to the land of Canaan, which lives above the rim. The two-hand slam. Marlborough fans love it as they're up 1 at the break. In the second half, the Panthers, well, they start to pull away a little bit. It's Fabrice Yo-Yo. What up? Up above the rim. He has 6 points and 12 rebounds on the night. And then it's time for the Keith Brown show to start. The jumper from the corner, good for 2. Then check this out, Michael Jordan-esque. Keith Brown left to right, in the glass, off and good. He falls down, but Marlborough takes the W, 76-54. Panthers looking for another win against Worcester South on Sunday. Canaan excited about this game as well. Then it goes out to Keith Brown. Early action here from Sudbury. Knocks that one down way downtown from Keith Brown. Then it's Canaan. It's going to drive left. One leg shot. Good. And Marlborough has the lead, and they controlled this one for the most part, even though the score in the end was closer. Here things got a little physical, as two guys end up getting tossed. Fabrice Yo-Yo gets tangled up with Quasi McLean, and Marlborough holds on in this one for a 70-68 final. South had a 3 at the buzzer, really meaningless, obviously, as the Panthers get their second win. More Panther boys basketball highlights, looking for their 3rd straight win, this time against the Q, Quabbin that is. Driving baseline, Marlborough up by 2. Walter Layhood makes the lay-in for Quabbin. Then it's on defense. Dan Imperato, get out of here. He's pumped, the team's liking it, and the fans are liking this more as Marlborough trails early in the second half. It's Fabrice Yo-Yo. What up again above the rim? He's jacked up, but the problem is Marlborough couldn't stay jacked up long enough as it became the Kellen Zolneritis show. The 3 from the top of the key, then Zolneritis from the baseline with the J, and a surprising upset. Quabbin takes out the Panthers 47-43. Moving on to the Panthers girls team back before the break against Wachusett. They struggled with the defense on this one. Couldn't stop the outside shot from Wachusett as number 3 and 3s all over the place, raining down as they fell to Wachusett 56-41. The Panthers have 4 seniors on the roster, and one in particular has managed to get himself multiple hits on YouTube with his ability to pick it up and deliver packages in style. So we ask, what can Brown do for you? And here it is, our top play from 2008. Check this out. Earlier this season, it's Keith Brown going up and getting down. The big slam. Check it out one more time. Elevation at its best. Keith Brown, that's your top play of 2008. This week we feature our new snazzy bi-weekly, bi-monthly, well, whenever we feel like it segment, creatively called the Player Profile. So who is the Lady Aztec, Kayla Harpin?
Kayla? She's a good role model. She's like really studious and she's really good at basketball.
She's a senior this year. She's a co-captain.
She works hard at whatever she does on the court.
Very intense.
Those components make up the guard from Maynard, Massachusetts, who thinks this season could be a good one for the Lady Aztecs.
I think if we keep working how we're going, it'll be good. We've been working really hard, and I think if we pull it all together, it'll be a really good season.
She's off to a good start this year. Right now, she's averaging 2 games, 10 points a game, and truly, I think if she gains more confidence, she's going to do even much better than that. So I got high hopes for her this year.
Kayla spends a lot of her time right now on the basketball court. Off the basketball court, Kayla is looking to begin her career right here in the athletic training facility.
I like to hang out in there. I just love sports, basically. That's like what I do all the time.
Whether it's taping ankles, taping wrists, or bagging ice, Kayla is preparing herself for life after Assabet.
I'm going to go to either Westfield or Springfield College, I think, for athletic training.
Determined and driven, She won't forget how Aspen Valley High School has helped her.
I love it here, and I've taken advantage of everything.
Kayla Hoppin is Kayla Hoppin. I mean, on the court and off the court, that's who she is. And, you know, she's the kind of kid that every once in a while you want to say, hey, listen, you know, you're 17 years old, take a step back, kind of relax, enjoy life a little bit. Yeah.
There's Kayla Harpin and her Lady Aztecs taking on Hudson a week and a half ago. Wide open down low, there is Kayla Harpin for 2 points. But on this night, things were close late. Up by 2 with 3 seconds to go. Throw it in the front court. No, it's the back court. What are you doing? 3 seconds left at the horn, laid in by Melissa Tobin. And Hudson advances this to overtime in the extra session. Aspen rallies, however, though. The steal off the inbounds favors them this time. Up and in, Vanessa Jubert for 2, and they hold on in what Coach Frank Ferrer called a learning experience, 52-48. Moving on to Aspen boys action, 0-2 on the season at this point, looking for their first W. Coach Mike O'Brien calls out Jeremy Vieira's number in this one, early and often, the 3 from the corner. Then Vieira up top to Mahoney, outside, inside, working the ball. Vieira on the baseline, jumper is good. Part of his 15 points on the night. Then it's Mahoney back outside to Vieira again with the 3 ball. This is all part of a 14-0 start for the Aztecs in this one. And then it's Steve Parker down low, backs himself into the paint. He had 25 points on the night, 17 rebounds, and 5 blocks, including this swat right here. Join the SWAT team, Steve Parker. That one's getting out of this town. And Assabet, would send Baypath out with a 68-56 loss. Next week, make sure you all are here as we go deeper into the snowy season, throw on our parkas and hit up the rinks. Full coverage of the Panthers and the surprising Aztec hockey team. Enjoy yourself, everyone. Back to Kristen behind the desk.
Well, that's going to do it for this MTW News Update. I'm Kristen Doucette. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next week.
The preceding program was provided in part by St. Mary's Credit Union.
Coming up right now on Marlborough this week, a large group of state, local, and civic leaders formally dedicated a new building on Monday morning. What it is and what the move means for Marlborough. It's all coming up in our top story. One school committee member resigns, why, and how the committee plans to remedy the situation. Plus, planning for the city's 350th birthday is revving up. Who's involved so far and how you can join in on the planning. And later in this half hour, one mobile medical unit is traveling the area aiming to make differences in the lives of veterans. Those stories and more on this week's show, which begins right now. Welcome to Marlborough This Week. I'm Kristen Doucette. Let's begin right now with this week's top story.
This has been one of the most exciting opportunities to come to see this facility, to see it when it was just a shell and how it has grown. And I am so impressed. When last time I was here, there was nothing here, but I heard the concept of everything, and it is really a wonderful opportunity to really see this come to life.
Lieutenant Governor Tim Murray and U.S. Representative Jim McGovern joined senior executives of Brookfield Renewable Power, a leading private owner and operator of renewable energy facilities, on Monday morning to formally dedicate its new U.S. operating headquarters in Marlborough.
Our administration has spent a lot of time over the last 2 years working with the legislature to build a legislative policy that promotes renewable green companies from making Massachusetts their place of choice.
It is great to see that they have chosen to locate their U.S. operations here in Massachusetts, and even better, that they have come to the great city of Marlborough here in my district.
As of Monday at 9:45 a.m., Brookfield Renewable Power, located at 200 Donald Lynch Boulevard, is now home to the company's 100 Massachusetts employees. This media event featured comments by state and local leaders, as well as a preliminary look at the company's new state-of-the-art multi-million-dollar national system control center.
Brookfield is a unique power business. It is exclusively dedicated to renewable energy and green energy. We've built a strong business model with significant competitive advantages.
This is a huge step in a direction that we all need to take moving into the future.
The company's presence here also reflects how interconnected Canada and the United States are in energy issues. Brookfield Renewable Power not only generates renewable power on both sides of the border, but also imports and exports this power between Ontario and Quebec and New York and New England.
Once operational later on in this year, the control center is where the company will dispatch, manage, and monitor the operations of all its U.S. power facilities.
The Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and specifically the city of Marlborough, are very excited about the prospects of attracting and supporting renewable energy businesses in this community. So I'm thrilled to have Brookfield here. I'm thrilled that we are going to be on the cutting edge of this technology and put Marlborough on the map for being one of those communities that is supporting renewable energy.
Well, the year 2009 brings with it all of the hopes and promises of a new presidential administration in America. It also carries a laundry list of problems from 2008, including a home foreclosure crisis, which has hit us right here in Marlborough. News reporter Brian Sullivan caught up with Rich Anzalone of RE/MAX to see where the housing market stands as we enter the new year.
1 year after our last meeting with him, Rich Anzalone had a mixed review on the state of the housing market here in Marlborough.
It's probably worse in terms of numbers. I mean, we've got more foreclosures than we had when Kristen and I sat down last year. I think one of the things that's a little better is that the banks are a little better at how they're handling it now.
Mr. Anzalone explained that despite the increase in foreclosures in the past year, that new safeguards have been implemented to curtail this trend, as well as some new programs to help displaced families.
You know, remembering these are people that got into the position they did because their funds have really dwindled, is we have a program called Cash for Keys. And in this type of program, what we're doing is we're offering the tenant or the former owner a cash payout to be out in a fairly short amount of time, usually 30 to 60 days. The requirement is such that I will give them a check, and it can vary anywhere between $1,500 and maybe $4,000, depending on the property. And it allows those former owners to maybe get a first and last month's rent down somewhere where they can actually make the transition.
Anzalone has found that in many cases, people have either overextended themselves financially or fallen on hardships beyond their control, while others may have not taken the responsibility of having a mortgage as seriously as folks had in generations past. Being an optimist, Anzalone can still see a silver lining in the clouds, regardless of the gloomy forecast.
Now we're looking at a market where the interest rates are falling below 5%. Affordability, you know, kind of a measure that we have in real estate of, you know, a blend of what the mortgage rate is and the prices of the home. You know, it hasn't been better in probably 15 to 20 years. And I do think that the market's going to turn, and when it turns, I think it's going to be a long run. You know, I look at people even in Marlborough that are, you know, in some of the apartment complexes and what they're paying and what they could actually buy if they stepped out right now.
Anzalone says that of the foreclosed homes that he sells, 40% are sold to investors, with the other 60% going to young families who may be paying upwards of $200,000 less than the previous owners. On a positive note, this is a buyer's market, and banks are finding ways to put people into these distressed properties, whether via the auction process like this home behind me, or coming in at a lower interest rate. So through the misfortune of others, people who last year may have been outside of the housing market are now finding themselves surrounded by opportunities. For Marlborough This Week, I'm Brian Sullivan.
An old storage building on Maple Street may soon be replaced by new office and retail space. The plans for 177 Maple Street calls for a two-story, 6,500 square foot building. Officials are in talks with a dental practice to set up shop in the new building. The current one-story, built in the 1940s, stores construction supplies from the Design Pack Lofts project at 174 Maple Street. Well, it may be 15 months away, but the city is already planning for its 350th birthday. Councilor at Large Patricia Pope is leading the planning committee as they embarked on their second gathering of the year this past week. On Thursday, committee members for the 2010 Celebration Planning Board gathered at Marlborough Savings Bank to begin their second meeting of planning and discussing the city's biggest upcoming event. Not only residents are joining in on the fun, businesses are too, and committee coordinator Trish Pope couldn't be happier with the influx of support.
We're delighted to have businesses. We also have members from Kennedy's Pub and some of the other businesses in town. We have folks that served on the Millennium Committee, people that are just active in the community have joined us. I have gotten unbelievable response. Militia people have contacted me. People that just have ideas have sent me emails of things that they'd like to see.
Ellen Dorian from Marlborough Savings Bank says this is a great event to get involved with.
Obviously, as one of the last local community banks in town, we really felt that it would be important for us to contribute our time and resources and energy to an event like this.
Until this point, only one thing is certain: the events will coincide with the Labor Day parade. Just because planning for this event has begun, it doesn't mean that it's too late to get involved.
There is a committee forming. We're still welcoming new members and new ideas. We have nothing set in stone at this point. We're just still, like I said, we've picked a weekend. If we have lots of interest and lots of people that want to participate with more ideas, we can expand into other areas, but we're trying to take baby steps right now.
The school committee Tuesday night accepted the resignation of Brian Murphy, who said a conflict of interest prevents him from serving on the board.
The root of my resignation lies in an actual conflict of interest that would exist between my employment by the city as a school committee member and my direct financial interest in a contract between my company, Colonial Power Group, and the city of Marlborough. Such a conflict was not thought to exist in May when I expressed interest in serving on the school committee. In November 2008, Colonial Power and the city's legal department sought input from the state's Ethics Commission regarding a potential conflict of interest. The conclusions were clear. I cannot simultaneously serve on the school committee and work for a company that has been awarded a contract with the city at the same time.
Stevens will call another joint convention after she receives an official letter about the vacancy from the school committee and confers with City Clerk Lisa Thomas. The school committee and the City Council will appoint someone to finish the term, which runs out at the end of this year. In other news, developing a strategic plan, supporting and reviewing curriculum alignment, and improving communication led a draft of goals the school committee discussed Tuesday night. Following a request from Mayor Nancy Stevens, school committee members submitted their objectives to Superintendent Mary Carlson about 1 month ago. Over the holiday break, Carlson and Assistant Superintendents James Jolliker and Sandra Delaney broke down the list of more than 50 specifics into categories and came up with 5 draft goals for the 5-year accountability plan. Throughout the meeting, each of the 5 goals were broken down and discussed, and now Carlson, Jolliker, and Delaney will review the notes and will present them once again in the future. In other business, the school committee once again chose Katie Roby to serve as vice chairwoman and Michelle Bowden-Henninger to serve as secretary. Still to come in Marlborough this week, it's a new year and a new you, how you can become healthier in 2009. And thanks to a revamped new look, H&R Block representatives opened their doors to offer free tax advice this past week. Stay with us, we're back right after this.
Hello? It's for you. It says it's your future.
What future? I play Halo all day. Put them on hold.
Hello?
Your future too?
Yep. Wants to know whether I'm going to college.
My family can't afford it.
Hey, millions of students like us got money for college last year. There's free help at College Bowl Sunday.
Still want to put your future on hold?
No way. Hello?
More information, www.masscollegegoalsunday.org.
Welcome back to Marlborough this week. Students looking to improve their MCAS scores in either English, mathematics, or both are invited to participate in the school's MCAS Saturday Support Program. MHS has received a grant from the Massachusetts Department of Elementary and Secondary Education to continue this free program, which began a decade ago. Passing the state MCAS test is required for students to achieve their high school diplomas. This program includes 12 sessions, each lasting from 9 a.m. to noon. The classes began on January 10th and will continue through April. To sign up, please contact Rick Lucina at 508-460-3500, extension 7683. Well, while our students are thinking about their MCAS scores, parents are thinking about their tax returns. Earlier this week, H&R Block hosted a National Tax Advice Day to raise awareness of this year's tax benefits. We caught up with 2 office leaders to learn more on how they grouped their grand opening, a local food drive, and of course, lots of free tax advice in one great day. At its location on Boston Post Road East, H&R Block hosted an open house to celebrate its revamped, fresh, new look. Visitors found a team of tax professionals ready to provide free advice. Representatives educated taxpayers on a range of topics, including the first-time homebuyer, foreclosures, and the stock market losses. In case you were not able to attend this week's event, here are 5 tax tips that could be useful in 2009.
As a first-time home buyer, you can get a loan of up to $7,500. No interest loan from the government. You pay back over the next 15 years. The second one is the additional real estate tax. You can deduct up to $500 off the standard, add to the standard deduction, $500 single, $1,000 married as part of the standard deduction this year. Third, with the economy the way it is, a lot of people have stock losses this year, so from your federal taxes you can deduct up to $3,000. On the economic stimulus, if you did not receive it last year or you did not get enough, you can file and receive that this year. Anyone over 65 that is either a homeowner or a renter in Massachusetts can get a refund of up to $930.
H&R Block representatives would like all residents to know their doors are always open to offer any help that anyone should need.
People can come in and get some free tax advice. We're also partnering with the Community Services of Marlborough and having a food drive for the food pantry. So if anyone coming down would want to donate to the food pantry, we'd appreciate that.
It's a new year, and that could mean a new you, depending on what your New Year's resolutions are. But not everyone who makes New Year's resolutions are able to achieve those goals by year's end. One personal trainer at the Wayside Racquet and Swim Club says that setting realistic goals and avoiding a setup for failure can ensure success.
At the beginning of every year, most people set some sort of New Year's resolution involving exercise or health and fitness. And unfortunately, about 85% of them never make it past January.
To ensure that all residents succeed past January 31st this year, Crowley gives us the lowdown on how to slim down.
One of the best things with exercise is that they need to develop a consistent plan. There are no quick fixes, and you need to be able to do something on a regular basis. And a lot of people set themselves up for failure by asking themselves to do too much or too many expectations.
Despite the current status of the economy, money is tight, but that doesn't mean you have to forego the benefits of having a personal trainer. That's where group training steps in.
Which is a lot like personal training, but basically 2 to 4 people are splitting the cost of the trainer. And we found this to be very economical, and the trainers really enjoy this too because we can get results with people and it works for everybody.
Here are 3 tips to revamp your diet.
Make sure you eat breakfast. A lot of people think by not eating breakfast they're going to lose weight, and have found out that people who eat breakfast definitely have a lower weight or lose more weight than those who don't. Make sure you're hydrated. Even during the cold weather, our bodies lose a lot of fluid, and a lot of people go through a lot of their time being dehydrated. And the third thing is, it sounds like when your mom, when you were small, eat your fruits and vegetables, but very few people eat the required amount of fruits and vegetables. And this is critical not only to weight loss, but overall health.
Crowley ends with the bottom line in 2009.
If you want to get fit and healthy in 2009, you got to do something on a daily basis, and you got to stay consistent with it. And there's no shortcuts.
Still to come in Marlborough this week, a veterans medical unit at the VFW Post 638. And your pet of the week, of course. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Did you know that millions of students can't go to college?
Because their families can't afford it.
You know what that means? That means they won't be able to pursue their dreams.
That could be me.
Or me. But good news. You can apply for college financial aid in only 1 hour.
It's called College Goes Sunday, and it's free.
There are billions of dollars in financial aid.
So don't wait. Get me to College Goes Sunday.
More information, www.masscollegegoalsunday.org.
Welcome back to Marlborough this week. The Veteran Homestead Mobile Medical Unit graced the VFW Post 638 at 1 Fitchburg Street on Wednesday morning. The van aims to provide health screenings to veterans who have problems getting to other health facilities.
This van is an outreach project which our group has been operating for the past number of years.
The Veteran Homestead Mobile Medical Unit was in Marlborough on Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the VFW Post 638 at 1 Fitchburg Street.
We travel around to approximately 28, 29 sites per month doing blood pressure, cholesterol, blood sugar screening for veterans.
The van that travels throughout central Massachusetts and southern New Hampshire provides health screenings to veterans who have problems getting to other veterans' health facilities.
We answer questions regarding veterans' benefits and try to point them in the right direction.
The staff of the mobile unit works closely with the veteran and other health organizations to provide care necessary to the needs of the patient.
We see quite a few veterans. We cover a pretty good-sized area.
Services include primary care physical and EKG, blood screening, audio testing, and routine health care. The van is handicap accessible and staff provides registration and benefit claims assistance. If you would like more information on mobile medical unit or to see when it will be in a city near you, you may call 978-353-0234. Well, before we get to our pet of the week, Gina Lettery of the Animal Shelter in Sudbury gives us a few tips on how to keep our beloved animals safe during these bitter cold winter months.
Well, in the winter months, you want to be really careful to basically use common sense. It's cold out there. You don't want to leave your pets outside. You don't want to have them walking on rock salt or salt and sand that can really irritate their feet. There's special things if you want to salt your own personal driveways that are safe for pets, and you want to check that out. We use one here at Buddy Dog called Safe Paws. Just make sure they always have lots of water because animals tend to drink more in the winter. And they need to go outside, they need their exercise, but just take heed of the temperatures and not leave them outside too long. Today we have Minnie and little Diddy over here. And Minnie is Diddy's mom, and they came into us as a pair from some folks who didn't have the money to care for them. So we brought them here several months ago now, and we had them spayed, neutered, and vaccinated, and they were all ready to go. We highly suggest anyone interested in the pair know their Chihuahuas, because they are very typical little Chihuahuas. They could be a little nippy, and not good dogs for children. They can be also very affectionate and friendly, but they will try and rule the roost if you let them. So you have to be firm and probably want to take them to some training as well. If you're interested in either Minnie or Diddy, we are trying to place them as a pair because they really do love each other. You can call Buddy Dog at 978-443-6990.
Hey there, sports fans. Remember when all Sports Center used to do was show highlights and give you scores? Well, since we don't have Skip Bayless or Barry Melrose, that's what we got for you this week on MTW Sports. 6 sets of highlights, starting with Panther hockey as they face Shrewsbury Wednesday night. To the rink we go, and that's Jeremy Lowry, the goaltender for the Marlborough Panthers, as They're undefeated in regulation so far this year, but it's Greg Silverman early with the wicked wrista. Pass Pat Coates. The goal by Greg Silverman puts the Panthers up 1-0. Then on the power play, this is deflected in. Nice job, Cody Evangelist gets a stick on it. 2-0 Panthers just 2 minutes into the game. In the second period, now 2-1 on the loose puck. Jumping there is Dave Como to tie the game up at 2. We're knotted up after 2 periods of play. In the third, on the power play, the Panthers turn it over on the individual effort of Kevin Charbonneau. Uh-oh, that's going top shelf over the glove side of Lowry, and Shrewsbury comes out with the upset on the shorthanded goal. That put him up 3-2. The final 4-2 over the Panthers thanks to the empty netter with about a minute to go. There's a lot of talent up Route 85 this year, but for the Marlborough boys basketball team, they've had some early season struggles against some, well, less worthy opponents. Quabbin. But last Friday night was another one of those teams as Neshoba came into the field house. So trying to bounce back after that 47-43 loss to Quabbin a week ago Tuesday. Here it's Keith Brown going up and dropping that one down. Didn't feel like he wanted to slam that one there, taking it easy on Neshoba, I guess. Then Keith Brown kicks it out to Danny Imparata with the 3-ball, no good. But following is Graham Asom with the left-handed putback. Then it's back to Keith Brown. He's going up, and that ball is gonna get down just like the Chieftains on this night as they fall to Marlborough 63-52.
Our main focus, we want to run. We want the games in the 80s, 90s, and 100s if possible.
Well, remember that quote by Coach Nicholas a few weeks ago in our season previews. It wasn't triple digits, but 95 points will do as the Panthers went up to Gardner as Kanan Severn led the way in the destruction of the Wildcats, 95-56. Aztec boys basketball had a busy week as well. 2-2 heading into this game last Friday night. Close game at the half when it's Steve Parker time. He's been on fire of late. Gets that, the hoop, and the Harmon, a nice little shimmy. Aztecs up double digits, but then Wu-Tech coming right back, a breakaway layup, but the SWAT team captain right there, Parker, gets no help from everybody else as the putback is good. Then Worcester Tech, another steal going the other way. Lays that up and in, and it's a 2-point game, but when things get close, what do? You find the man who's been large in charge and park him in the lane. Steve Parker off the glass and good as he had 19 points for his 3rd straight game as the Aztecs win 59-56. The Aztecs kept rolling right along with Steve Parker leading the way again Monday night as he put up 19 more points and knocked off the Green Waves of Hudson Catholic. And on Wednesday night, they won their 5th straight game, this one at the hand of the Keefe Tech Unicorns. Seriously, you wonder why the Unicorns haven't won a game all year. Aztecs win their 5th straight. Yes, they're the Unicorns. Frank Ferrer and his Lady Aztecs are picking up right where they left off last season. Besides a close loss at home versus Hudson to open the season, they had a 4-game winning streak entering Monday night's battle against Hudson Catholic. So the Lady Aztecs looking to continue their winning ways as both Jubert sisters had a pretty good night. And the Chelsea, well, Chelsea, she likes to run. Breaks this one down all the way, lays it up and in. 2 of her 16 points on the night. Here's Chelsea again. Chelsea, well, she likes to run up again on the breakaway, lays that one up and in. Then it's more Chelsea Jubert action as she's going to grab the steal in just a second. Here she goes. Chelsea Jubert taking it the other way once again. This time she's going to give it up, but hey, she wants that back. She'll get it back and put it up and in as her sister also had 8 points, but the Lady Aztecs win 48-34. Again, the Unicorns, wouldn't you know it, get housed. Thanks in large part to Samantha Kerrigan's big 17-point outburst as the Aztecs make us believe once again Unicorns aren't real with a 66-27 victory. Moving on to the Marlborough girls basketball team as they took on Gardner at home on Tuesday evening. Early on, it's Angela Scott, the sophomore, working it down low off the glass and good. Marlborough pretty much controlled this game most of the way. Check this out, crossover. Breaking ankles right to left, laying it up and in. Marlborough rolls in this one 52-44. That's it for sports, where we always got the goods and more good stuff coming next week. We'll see you all later. Enjoy yourself, everybody.
Thanks, Carl. Coming up, a look at your 5-day forecast. Stay with us. We're back right after this.
Every 2 seconds, someone in America needs blood. Nearly 5 million Americans will need a life-saving blood transfusion this year alone.
Every blood donation can save up to 3 lives. While many people know about the chronic shortage in the blood supply across the country, very few people are doing anything about it.
We need your help. Giving blood is easy. It only takes about an hour of your time.
Be a hero. Be a blood donor. Help us save a life.
Welcome back to Marlborough this week. Here's Carl Wilhelm to show a few touching moments at a recent retirement party for 2 local firefighters.
For the recently retired firefighters, Peter Jouer and Steve Rumsey, a ceremony held last Friday night culminated a combined 56 years of service.
I loved it all. It was a dream of mine from when I was a child, and I fulfilled that dream in 1979, and it was everything I expected.
It's such a cold night. I didn't expect this many people to come, but I'm very happy with the turnout.
Both men received numerous gifts on this night, including toy Tonka fire trucks. But for Peter, who also received a rocking chair, one gift was quite a surprise.
That blanket just threw me for a loop, though. That was, that kind of surprised me.
Many memories were shared on this night, including a story about how Peter attempted to make a Thanksgiving turkey nearly 6 years ago for his fellow firefighters.
We're all sitting in the kitchen as Peter lowers his turkey into the pot. Plop. The flames were so high, and I'm not kidding you, Peter was surrounded and engulfed in fire. Now, you might not think Peter being engulfed in flames is funny. Hilarious. Hilarious. This Pete, we didn't throw the turkey away. Now, we froze what was left of it. This is Peter's turkey.
So what will these men do now that they have all of this free time?
I still do carpentry work in the summer. In the winter, I don't do much. Plan on doing a little more fishing, a little more activity, spend more time with my grandkids.
Somebody asks me if I want to do something, I can just say, yeah, you know, I don't have to look at the calendar anymore. And it's been good. I've enjoyed it.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Marlborough This Week. I'm Kristen Doucette. We'll see you again next week. Coming up right now on Marlborough This Week, Barack Obama took his place as the 44th President of the United States under a bright January sky on Tuesday afternoon. We have a recap of the 56th presidential inauguration. In addition, we have reaction from our residents here at home, how this peaceful transition of power is affecting local lives. Plus, an update on the recent resignation of school committee member Brian Murphy, when and where a replacement will be chosen to fill his seat on the school committee. And later in this half hour, Crossroads Fencing Center brings a whole new meaning to the term on guard. Those stories and more on this week's show, which begins right now. On Tuesday, President Barack Obama made history as he delivered his inaugural address, calling for a new era of responsibility. Record numbers of people turned out for the event in Washington, D.C., while untold numbers watched from home. Welcome to Marlborough This Week. I'm Kristen Doucette. Let's begin right now with a recap of the 56th presidential inauguration.
I come treated of thee.
As Aretha Franklin sang as far as the eye could see, over 2 million people cheered and waved small American flags. In this historic moment, there were a few nerves.
That I will execute the office of President to the United States faithfully.
That I will execute
faithfully the office of President of the United States.
President of the United States faithfully.
A slight misstep in the taking of the presidential oath as it was being administered by the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, John Roberts.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President. All the best wishes.
As presidents past looked on, Barack Obama spoke of what lies ahead, specifically the significant challenges facing our economy.
Every so often, the oath is taken amidst gathering clouds and raging storms.
Somewhat somber and simple in tone, Obama called on Americans to meet these challenges head on.
Today, I say to you that the challenges we face are real. They are serious and they are many. They will not be met easily or in a short span of time. But know this, America, they will be met.
And to those who threaten American security, the new president promises swift and decisive action.
And for those who seek to advance their aims by inducing terror and slaughtering innocents, we say to you now that our spirit is stronger and cannot be broken. You cannot outlast us, and we will defeat you.
And the crowd that numbered millions experienced history on that memorable day as the new president made his way to the White House. Here at home, one community made a special point to celebrate the inauguration together. Representatives of Bolton Manor Nursing Home hosted a special party for its residents as they witnessed history.
To be one and to listen to Obama speak of unity in the country, I think that's what we all represented here, all together, all walks of life in here, so it was pretty nice.
Residents at Bolton Manor Nursing Home came together on Tuesday to witness something they've never witnessed before.
It was a big historic event, and we wanted to make sure that everybody was here, and for all of us to watch it together was very important.
The room they were gathered in boasted red, white, and blue, from balloons to flags to a decorated tree. Representatives witnessed all residents react to the inaugural ceremonies, in which representatives say the silence in the room was the most astonishing thing to see.
I've never seen it so quiet. Even if we put a movie on, it's never that quiet. Everybody was at attention. I just looked around and they were all focused on the television, and I couldn't believe that. That was the first, like I said, I've ever seen silence and attention.
The residents who participated in the viewing had lots to say about the 44th President, Barack Obama.
I was impressed because of the attitude that he took. He was serious. You could tell he was honest. He meant what he was saying, and he was giving hope to the country.
He's completely different from George Bush. He's young, enthusiastic, it's very smart. He's one of the best orators I've ever heard.
The ceremony evoked a lot of different emotions, which was touching to see for the staff members.
There was a lot of smiles on their faces. Actually, not only the staff, but some of the patients clapped. There was applause during the speech, and some of them actually cried. It just gave me goosebumps. Even thinking about it while I'm talking to you, it's giving me goosebumps. It was awesome to see.
Let's go now to news reporter Brian Sullivan as he took to the streets to see what the recent inauguration means to the average American.
We talked to people from all walks, be it the 9-to-5 worker, business owner, or retiree. Most had opinions on issues such as the war and the economy.
He's a very good man. I think he's going to be very good for our country, and I hope he sends the troops home soon.
Even non-U.S. citizens had some issues they'd like to see the president address in the coming months and years.
I'm very concerned about single mothers who are out there, who's having a very difficult time and need help. So that's very important. Health insurance is very important as well because I'm a health-conscious person.
We even caught up with a couple of veterans. What was tops on their list?
Fix the economy.
How does he do it?
Doesn't everybody want that done? How does he do it? That's a good question. I don't have the answer. I hope he does.
Medical benefits for veterans was this man's main concern.
They're not hiring the doctors. I haven't seen a doctor in over a year because there's no doctors available. Why? Answer that question.
For others, the war in Iraq took center stage.
bring everybody from the war. I can't do it all at once, but a little bit at a time. I think we'll get everybody home, you mean? But I think he's the right man to do it.
Just as they had during the general election, the war and the economy still loomed large for business owners.
And the war. It's safe to bring everybody home, and I think the money's going to be spent here, not overseas.
I like to see the banks start lending money into small businesses. That's critical. When people, I look at the car companies having trouble selling cars. Well, they have no trouble selling cars. They just can't get anybody financed. I see the same thing with small businesses. We can't get loans. If we can't get loans to buy equipment, then people who make the equipment get laid off, and those companies go away. So basically, the thing is, we've got to get that train moving again. Until it happens, we're going to have a slow time.
However, this business owner remained hopeful about getting to that point.
I think it's going to take a while, and one of the things I like so much about him is being honest about it. It's a major problem. It took a lot of years to happen. It's going to take some time to fix. But I think if everybody stays optimistic about themselves and the economy and the world in general, and just start leading their lives the way they'd like to, I think it's going to end sooner than people being very tight with everything and not wanting to take a gamble.
The theme of change that helped propel Barack Obama to the presidency still seems to resonate among his supporters, whether it's the way Americans receive health care, better benefits for veterans, a new approach to dealing with our struggling economy, or just a change in the way the U.S. is represented around the world. The people want change, and they want it sooner than later. When they get that change remains to be seen. For Marlborough This Week, I'm Brian Sullivan.
Due to the recent resignation of school committee member Brian Murphy, there will be a joint convention meeting at 7:30 p.m. this Monday night prior to the City Council meeting to appoint a replacement school committee member. We will have a recap on next week's news with all of the details. Still to come on Marlborough This Week, a free support program at Marlborough High School is earning high marks among its students. The details are coming up. But first, as the superintendent of Assabet Valley High School retires, a new figure steps in. We have all the transition details. Stay with us. We're back with that story right after this.
Hello? It's for you. It says it's your future.
What future? I play Halo all day. Put him on hold.
Hello?
Your future too?
Yep. Wants to know whether I'm going to college.
My family can't afford it. Hey, millions of students like us got money for college last year. There's free help at College Goal Sunday. Still want to put your future on hold?
No way. Hello?
More information, www.masscollegegoalsunday.org.
Welcome back to Marlborough This Week. After 14 years, Eugene Carlo has retired as superintendent at Assabet Valley High School. Taking over for Carlo will be Massachusetts Principal of the Year, Mary Jo Naraki. In this month's magazine, we spotlight Carlo's nearly 36 years at the school, but in case you've missed it, here's a recap. Class is out for Superintendent Eugene Carlo as he retires after 36 years.
I came to this industry for one reason only, is to be engaged in kids and try to make a difference.
Starting as a business teacher, Carlo quickly became involved beyond the classroom, serving at one time or another as a track and field coach, football coach, and class advisor.
I know what it is to feel to be a teacher. I know what it is to feel in isolation of a 990 square foot classroom. I knew what it was to be on the technical side of education, what it was to be on the athletic field, and I've known what it's been like to be an administrator in different positions.
After 14 years as superintendent, Carlo has now retired, and the Massachusetts Principal of the Year, Mary Jo Naraki, has stepped into the superintendent director role.
At Gene's retirement, I actually thanked him for encouraging me to go into administration because I really had never thought about it. I was very happy teaching. There are still days that I do miss it, the connection with the kids, but I would have never dreamt of going into administration. And I say to our young teachers now, when I meet with them and talk to them, don't ever think that it couldn't be you, because it could.
Filling the principal position at Assabet Valley will be an Assabet graduate, Mark Hollick. He became the Director of Curriculum and Student Assessment in 2003.
If you asked me 20 years ago, as a student, would I ever become principal at Assabet, I'd probably say you're crazy. But it's been extremely rewarding to be able to come back and give back as a teacher and administrator and now as a principal.
Throughout his career at Assabet Valley, encompassing teaching, coaching, mentoring, advising, and finally directing, Carlo has been the driving force in promoting the value of a technical education.
Those that come and go in districts, they never really get to see the end result of the kids that have been in their schools. You know, I get to see. You know, they're teaching here. There's 28 teachers here that graduated from Assabet. I see them out in the community. They own businesses. How rewarding is that?
Carlo has no immediate plans for the future, but says that one just knows when it's time to take a step back.
I'm not ready to stop working. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I know that I need 6 or 8 weeks of a break. So I am going to take that break and then from there make a decision.
From Assabet Valley High School to Marlborough High School, a free program offering state testing support has proven to be popular this year, and it's not too late for interested students to sign up. High school students looking to improve their MCAS scores in either English, mathematics, or both are invited to participate in the school's MCAS Saturday support program. There are close to 80 students registered for the 12-week Saturday program, which started January 10th and offers help in math and English for Massachusetts Comprehensive Assessment System tests, more commonly known as the MCAS. The school received a $23,000 grant from the State Department of Elementary and Secondary Education to fund the program and bring teachers to school on Saturdays.
Ultimately, the goal was to aid students in reading comprehension, and to truly understand topic development, particularly for long composition.
Teachers work with students individually and in small groups on identified areas of concern.
We go over simple, basic concepts, math and English, things that the kids should have known in years past.
Staff also provide hints on how to stay relaxed.
We try to put the kids at ease with taking the test. We give them some helpful hints. How to relax, how to get up early in the morning and eat breakfast and not be worried. Most of the kids are nervous while they take the test.
The school has offered the program for about 10 years now, and last year the turnout ranged between 8 and 14 students per week. Scores improved for all participating students.
Students that took advantage of this opportunity usually found success, not only on the MCAS, but also in future English courses.
The program is progressive, so the staff requests that students make it to as many sessions as possible. Students can register at least through this week if they're willing to make up what they've missed.
I'd love to say there's never going to be a cutoff because, we want to, if 1 week is going to help the kids, we'll take them. But for them to get, the most out of it, it's come every week.
The Saturday sessions run from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. through the month of April. For more information on the MCAS support program, don't hesitate to call Rick Lucina at Marlborough High School at 508-460-3500, extension 7683. The MCAS support staff at Marlborough High School looks forward to helping your child succeed. Registration for the Marlborough Early Childhood Center's 2009-2010 school year will be coming up in the first week of February. And to ensure that all residents have had a chance to see what this facility has to offer, we met up with preschool coordinator Tina Betley to learn more. The Marlborough Public Schools values excellence as a standard for both educational programs and services and internal operations, ensuring that each individual student has the opportunity to be successful.
We believe that every child can learn and succeed. We just have to find the way to do that and to assist them in doing that. So it's kind of a journey, if you will.
Through high expectations and a strong academic program, students will begin and maintain the lifelong learning process, which will prepare them for the challenges ahead and the importance of becoming a contributor to their community.
All of the research is indicating that the children's emotional stability and their willingness to re-engage after disappointment or failure is so critical, and we need to start building that into children when they are very young.
The Early Childhood Center is a comprehensive child-centered integrated preschool program enrolling approximately 192 students between the ages of 2 and 5.
Currently we're going through pre-registration for currently enrolled families, and then the first week in February we'll be welcoming hopefully new students to our school community.
Students 3 years away from beginning kindergarten are enrolled in the PK3 program. Those that are 2 years away from beginning beginning kindergarten are enrolled in the PK2 program, and students just 1 year away from beginning kindergarten are enrolled in the PK1 program.
We are an integrated preschool, which means we do have students with special needs that attend here as well.
The Early Childhood Center provides a full array of therapies and special educational services.
All of our students come in on different levels, and really what we look for is helping them to make progress.
The center is committed to open and sustained communication with parents as partners working together for student success. The Early Childhood Center is among a district that reflects a diverse community. It's in a district that invests in continuous improvement in every student and a district that supports professional development.
It's our job to help this child feel success, to be successful, to make progress. We really want the families to really feel, the enthusiasm and the commitment that we have to their children.
Crossroads Fencing Center is another place that encourages all students to be unique by offering a sport that is challenging yet safe. This past week was Bring Your Buddy to Fencing class, and we thought it might be nice to give you a sneak peek into this fast-paced, energizing sport.
In today's world, a lot of kids get prizes for everything. And in this case, they're excited to get a touch on one of the older kids. Like that little thing is a big deal.
The Crossroads Fencing Center, located right here in Marlborough at the Jericho Hill Lodge on Brigham Street, offers young athletes the chance to try something different than the standard baseball, basketball, and football, and gives new meaning to the term on guard.
It's unique, it's different. There's not tons of people doing it like soccer or baseball, where it seems like the whole world doing it. Fencing is a much smaller group of people, although there is a lot of fencing in Massachusetts.
Drills, exercises, and of course laughter are part of every class.
Generally we'll have about 10 minutes of warm-ups and stretching, 20 minutes of footwork. We'll do drills up and down the strip, showing them different footwork moves, different advances, retreats, jumps, lunges, all the footwork element of fencing.
8 to 10-year-olds meet from 4:30 to 6, and then 12 to 15-year-olds enter the ring from 6 to 7:30 every Tuesday and Thursday night.
As kids get older, then we'll start taking them to local area fencing tournaments. There's several clubs. Everything's about a half hour away from here, or 45 minutes. So we'll go as a group to those clubs and just fence tournaments with other kids our own age.
Robert Patterson, head coach of Crossroads Fencing, says this sport is just as rewarding to him as it is to his students.
When they start out, the hand motions are big, the feet motions are wild, they're all over the place. And as they fence more, you just see everything get more and more refined, everything gets more and more on target, everything gets smaller, more precise, tighter, faster.
The 11 currently enrolled students actively demonstrate good behavior control throughout each and every class, so thoughts of safety aren't an issue.
Fencing is a very safe sport. We're covered from head to toe with a fencing uniform. We have a mask that goes over the head that's impenetrable to strikes.
The center hosted a Bring Your Buddy to Fencing class this past Tuesday and Thursday evening. Several moms were awaiting in the wings, and all are pleased with what this exercise offers their children.
Fencing is something that's for all ages, so it's great that they can start young, and it's something that they'll be able to do forever.
Still wondering why you should give this semi-contact sport a try? Patterson tells you why.
The more you do it, the more and more fun it gets. And it gets to the point where you start competing more, and it brings out your competitive juices, and it's just thrilling.
Still to come in Marlborough this week.
Later in sports, we got all the action as the Aztecs and the Vikings went at it for first place in the Cal League.
And your pet of the week. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Did you know that millions of students can't go to college?
Because their families can't afford it.
You know what that means? That means they won't be able to pursue their dreams.
That could be me.
Or me. But good news. You can apply for college financial aid in only 1 hour.
It's called College Goes Sunday, and it's free.
There are billions of dollars in financial aid.
So don't wait. Get me to College Goals Sunday.
More information, www.masscollegegoalsunday.org.
Today we have Jimmy. And Jimmy is a little sado, which means he's a Puerto Rican street dog. He's just a baby. He's about 5 or 6 months old now. He has been neutered here at Buddy Dog, and he is ready to be adopted. He is friendly, active, just about ready to start puppy classes. And he's very friendly, gets along with other dogs, and he's been good with the kitties here too. And he likes to give kisses. So if you're interested in Jimmy or any of the other dogs here at Buddy Dog, please feel free to give us a call. The number is 978-443-6990.
Hey, it's Carl with a K, and this week, Aztec Boys Hoops leads the way as two undefeated Cal League teams went at it on Tuesday night. It's been a lot of Steve Parker lately, but Tuesday night, James Mahoney would be the key man in the action, and in third quarter, it's tied up at 40. Mahoney from the top of the key for three, and boom goes the dynamite. And the cheerleaders liked it as well. They're having a little fun. Three-point game, but this is not so much fun. Oh, what was that? From Lamar Canty getting into it with the other Mahoney, Danny Mahoney. Michael Bryan rushes out to save anybody else from getting involved. Then late in the game here, it's the Aztecs trying to get back in it. Down 2, under a minute to go. Parker fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Makes the first one. On the second one, ties this game up. So one chance here for Neshoba Tech and the Vikings to get the W. 5 seconds left. Dribbling into the paint. The jumper. No good as time expires, so we're headed to overtime in the extra session. Down by 3 with a minute to go. Mahoney with the floater, cuts it to 1. Then it's Mahoney again. This time he's going to get the ball from Parker. The top of the key. Work it into the lane. As time runs down here, 15 seconds to go. The floater off the glass and good. Everyone's jacked up in the building. This place was crazy on Tuesday night. And celebrate Mahoney there, but they got to stop him one more time. 6.7 seconds to go. Coming back on the other way, up for the layup. Parker swats it out of here. Game is over, or so we think. The refs say there's 1 second to go still, so one more chance for the Vikings. Bench getting them fired up, and a great inbounds play. Wide open, bobbles it off the backboard glass, no good. And the Aztecs do hold on and claim first place in the Cal League, thanks in large part to that man right there, James Mahoney. In other action this week, the Panthers won on that rubber thing in the field house, 68-34 over Westborough. The girls suffered their first league loss on Tuesday, but rebounded with a win over the Tomahawks. And on the ice, Coach Butler's boys are still inconsistent, losing 3-2 at Auburn, while the Aztec hockey team improved to 4-4-1 with their 6-1 win against the Blackstone of Millville. Now it's time for the quick 3, another piece I just kind of made up where we asked 3 questions to an important sports figure in the great city of Marlborough. This week we sat down with the Aztec girls coach Frank Frere, who has his Lady Aztecs off to an 8-1 start. Question 1, Frank, here it is. At this point in the season, you're currently 8-1. Where did you expect to be by now?
Last thing I expected to be right now is 8-1, which is a pleasant surprise. We honestly believe at the beginning that we were going to be a pretty good team, but I truly believe that it was going to take a lot of the season for us to get where we wanted to be. So with that said, being 8-1 right now is just beyond our imagination.
Question 2, trivia time for you. You have 2 girls, both sisters, happen to be averaging at least 12 points per game. Who are they, and talk about them a little bit?
I have what's called the Sister Act. I got Chelsea Joubert, who is actually a junior transfer from Westborough High School, which really, when I found out that she was coming here, last spring, was just something that was just really exciting to us, even though we didn't know a lot about her other than the fact that, she could play some basketball. The other part of the Sister Act is Vanessa. She's a sophomore. Vanessa's the taller of the 2. She's a forward. Both of them have tremendous potential. Vanessa, because of size, probably is going to get a lot more looks from colleges down the road, and she will get looks because this girl has the potential of being the real deal.
Question 3, you have 11 games to go in the season. What is the biggest obstacle ahead for the Lady Aztecs?
Now, I think we got several hurdles. We really do. Blackstone's going to be a tough opponent, but I don't look at Blackstone as being necessarily the most pivotal game. It's pivotal only in the sense that if we win, we open up a 2-game lead. And Hudson right now is got 2 losses, I believe. They might have 3, which I was a little surprised, but not really that surprised to see that Hudson beating Clinton the other night, which was, in my estimation, not a real big surprise because I knew that Hudson down the road was going to be a little bit better than people thought. But anyway, we got Clinton, West Boylston, Blackstone. Those are games that we have to pay a lot of attention, and there's a couple of others on the schedule that, you know, we just don't take for granted.
All right, time to break out the party hat with the chin strap that always breaks and find your kazoo as we celebrate those guys. The boys under-19 indoor soccer team who finished 2nd in the nation last weekend. Congrats to Coach Robert Katz and his Metro West Panthers. That's almost it for this week, folks. We got one more thing for you that shows a little bit of 2008 and everything that's happened so far in 2009. We'd like to thank Steve, the intern, for putting this together.
Every 2 seconds, someone in America needs blood. Nearly 5 million Americans will need a life-saving blood transfusion this year alone.
Every blood donation can save up to 3 lives. While many people know about the chronic shortage in the blood supply across the country, very few people are doing anything about it.
We need your help. Giving blood is easy. It only takes about an hour of your time.
Be a hero. Be a blood donor. Help us save a life.
Before we go, tickets are now available for the Marlborough Junior Women's Club 4th Annual Trivia Night fundraiser taking place on Friday, February 6th. The event will take place in Hudson at the Portuguese Club beginning at 7:30 p.m. Tickets may be purchased at the door for $25 or in advance for $20 by emailing marlboroughjuniors.org. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Marlborough This Week. I'm Kristen Doucette. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you again next week. Coming up right now on Marlborough This Week, a joint convention of the city and school committees recently appointed a new school committee member. You'll meet Jennifer Hardy in our top story. The American Heart Association will aim to bring heart awareness to all residents throughout the month of February. How the city is joining in on the efforts to battle heart disease. Plus, a full report on this week's city council and school committee meetings in our committee corner. And later in this half hour, a 15-year-old racquetball world champion, how she's almost accomplished it all at such a young age. Those stories and more on this week's show, which begins right now. Welcome to Marlborough This Week. I'm Kristen Doucette. Let's begin right now with this week's top story.
Number
the School Committee of the City of Marlborough,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
A joint convention held Monday night chose Jennifer Hardy, a resident nominated at a similar meeting last year, over 4 other nominees to fill the open school committee seat.
Mrs. Hardy, on behalf of your colleagues on the City Council and the School Committee, congratulations and welcome. And we will see you tomorrow night at the school committee meeting.
City Clerk Lisa Thomas administered the oath for Hardy, who then received a standing ovation from the joint gathering of the school committee and the City Council. Brian Murphy resigned from the school committee earlier this month because of a conflict of interest. Hardy, nominated by Council President Arthur Vigin, prevailed on the first ballot, receiving 10 votes, 1 more than necessary. Natalie Lashman won 5 votes, while Heidi Matthews and Stephen Moynihan received 1 each. Allison Frazier was also nominated for the position. Hardy, who has 6 children, has served on school councils and parent-teacher organizations. This year, she is co-president of the grades 4 to 7 school PTO. She was a computer engineer for several years before becoming a full-time parent. Hardy says she is looking forward to discussions on technology and curriculum. The city has returned to a municipal aggregation plan, which means residents began seeing cheaper energy this week. The city used the program from June 2007 to June 2008, but suspended it because of high energy costs. The city followed a recommendation by Colonial Power Group, the consultant that set up the deal. This week's bills will show a rate of 12.29 cents per kilowatt hour for December 2008 to May 2009. The current national grid rate is 12.66 cents per kilowatt hour. A $2 million project proposed by the Massachusetts Highway Department calls for rebuilding a quarter-mile stretch of East Main Street. The project consists of removing existing concrete base and replacing it with a new asphalt surface. The construction will take place between the streets of Granger Boulevard and Lincoln Street. On Monday, a joint press conference was held in the Mayor's Conference Room in recognition of the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women campaign. The month of February will mark the association's efforts, but there is one day in particular to really show your support. Earlier this week, Mayor Nancy Stevens joined Maura Navin Webster from the American Heart Association in recognition of the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women campaign. The Go Red for Women campaign increases awareness of the risks of heart disease and the proactive, positive steps to prevent this serious #1 killer of women.
Each year, 53% of all deaths due to cardiovascular disease and 61% of stroke deaths occur in females. And whereas in 2008, the estimated direct and indirect cost of cardiovascular diseases and stroke in the U.S. is estimated at $475 billion.
This effort is aimed at providing women with the tools and knowledge they will need to prevent stroke and cardiovascular disease, as well as to draw attention to the need for funding to provide further research and education.
Go Red for Women is the American Heart Association's national call to increase awareness about heart disease, inspire women to take charge of their heart health, and teach them about their personal risk for heart disease by using such tools as the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women heart checkup and by talking to their healthcare provider.
The American Heart Association is dedicated to informing women of the risks and providing them with the tools to live a healthier, stronger life.
We do what we can to really get word out there, let people know that heart disease is the #1 killer of all Americans. But it's such an issue for women because women don't realize that it's their #1 health risk.
The City of Marlborough urges all citizens to show their support for women and the fight against heart disease by wearing red throughout the entire month of February, but especially on February 6th, which is National Wear Red Day.
Remember, February 6th is Go Red in the City of Marlborough, and expect to see a sea of red.
Speaking of heart health, Marlborough Hospital and the Southborough Medical Group have reached an agreement that will provide new healthcare access and services in a new facility. The hospital plans to offer many services at 28 Newton Street in Southborough. Marlborough Hospital will move selected services to the new facility, and the collaboration will build on primary and specialty care services. The building permit process should begin next month, and officials plan on opening the new site by early fall. A A representative from AT&T stated to counselors on Monday night that the company hopes to improve cell phone service near the Sudbury line by adding antennas to an existing cell tower. The company hopes to put 12 antennas on the tower at 860 Boston Post Road East near the wastewater treatment plants, according to attorney Martin Cohen. AT&T has some coverage in the city, but certain areas need to be improved. AT&T worked out a deal with Verizon Wireless, the company that owns the tower, and hopes to build out soon. Counselor at-large Patricia Pope told Cohen the public could not even see the coverage areas on the small maps he displayed. Pope requested Cohen bring blown-up maps to future meetings.
This was a less than stellar presentation, I have to tell you. A public hearing is so that the public knows what's going on. We are fortunate enough to receive packets, but the public does not. They could not see those little maps. So I do hope that when you come to the committee, you bring up blown-up versions so that everybody can see the coverage issues, or if in fact there is a coverage issue, it is something that puts the community at ease, knowing that these are being done for a reason. And quite frankly, from that presentation, the community has no idea what's going on.
The issue now moves to the Wireless Committee. In addition, the council reappointed Public Works Commissioner Ron Lafreniere to a new 5-year term. Members of a steering committee at Tuesday night's school committee moved along the high school's reaccreditation by presenting 2 reports approved by faculty. The high school goes through a reaccreditation every 10 years before the visiting committee from the New England Association of Schools and Colleges comes to the school in October. The faculty has to approve 8 reports as part of a self-study. Data in the report ranges from enrollment figures to ethnic composition to financial resources. The School and Community Profile Committee identified several challenges, including continual improvement of state testing scores and an increase in common planning time. The reports should be on the school's website soon. In addition, at the beginning of the meeting, the school committee welcomed its newest member, Jennifer Hardy.
Congratulations. Talk about jumping right in. For those of you that don't know, she was elected by the Joint Convention last night, was sworn in immediately afterwards, and sitting here tonight. So congratulations, Mrs. Hardy. It's great to have you with us.
I'd like to start with a request for and letting people know that I'm here and very interested in their input and feedback. And I don't want to make decisions without lots of conversations. Thank you.
Still to come on Marlborough this week, one local gym gives students a chance to work out for free for 1 whole year. But first, a registration reminder to all parents. Stay with us. We have the details right after this.
Because it's fun. For our health. For exercise. To save lives.
As a physical educator, I'm committed to having my kids jump rope for heart because it's great exercise, it keeps them healthy and fit, and it gives them the coordination they need to be active throughout their lifetime. Right, kids? Yeah! Parents and teachers, if you want to join the hundreds of Massachusetts schools already jumping rope for heart, call or log on today to learn more.
Welcome back to Marlborough this week. The Early Childhood Center has a preschool registration reminder for all parents looking to enroll their young ones in preschool sessions. We recently took a tour of the facility and met up with one local mom who cannot say enough about this preschool center. As we told you on last week's news, the Early Childhood Education Center's 2009-2010 preschool registration dates are approaching fast. Now, as most parents are eager to get their children's education rolling, there are some requirements. To enroll in PK1, your child must be at least 2.9 years of age by August 31st, 2009. To enroll in PK2, your child must be at least 3 years of age. And to enroll in PK3, your child must be 4 years of age by August 31st, 2009. At a recent tour, one mom can't say enough about this facility.
I held back last year because I've been a stay-at-home mom and I really wasn't sure whether I wanted my daughter to be gone. And now being here, I'm kind of wishing that I had come last year and gotten her started because it really is very cool. It's just a few days a week and it seems like a really great, safe program.
We caught up with preschool coordinator Tina Betley to learn more about what may be in store for your young one.
I think it's a great time for children to be able to develop good self-esteem, to be able to feel like they can conquer whatever they set out to do, that they might have to ask for help along the way. So that self-advocacy piece comes into play. But I think that it really isn't any longer an option. I think that children really do need that early exposure to other children, to other adults, so that they can learn to be part of that larger community. I think it prepares them well for life.
Through a wellness scholarship program, one local gym is looking to give away 4 one-year memberships to enhance the lives of students. We caught up with Planet Fitness co-owner Jonathan Epstein to learn more.
What you see now is a lot of people who come into the club, especially in the new year, ready for a quick fix, and fitness really should be just part of an everyday lifestyle.
A local gym has established a scholarship program to offer free memberships for high school students in an effort to help teenagers improve self-esteem and build a more balanced lifestyle.
The scholarship program was developed back in November, and the scholarship itself focuses on wellness, community involvement, and academic performance.
Marlborough's Planet Fitness will award 4 memberships, 1 per grade, both semesters this year.
Students who have a strong background in physical fitness will use that success they achieve in the health club environment or outside the health club environment to help boost their self-esteem and then be able to apply that newly found success to academic performance and involvement in their communities.
The scholarships offered this year for the very first time are also available in Franklin, Bellingham, Medfield, and Walpole. Fitness can be a good motivator, and students who balance health with everything else will see improvements in self-esteem and academics.
What we find is people who have fitness in their lifestyle on a regular basis can use that as a way to live a more balanced lifestyle. So the whole scholarship takes that into account by looking at a student's life where they are in 9th to 12th grade and making fitness the key to driving a more balanced lifestyle.
Applications for the first semester scholarships, which can be picked up at school, are due by the end of this month. The application includes questions about extracurricular activities and health routines. Students must be physically active, involved in the school and community, and placed in the top 50% of their class. It's a new year, and that could mean a new you if you put yourself on the right track, the track to success. We met up with personal trainer Tim Crowley from the Wayside Racquet and Swim Club to give you 3 exercise moves to jumpstart your routine.
I'm going to show you 3 simple exercises that you can do at home to help with you get started with your fitness program. The first one is a bench push-up, which you can use a bench, you can use a chair at home as long as it's sturdy. You put your hands shoulder width apart. We want to stay straight from the shoulder right through to your feet. And what I'm going to do is just lower my chest towards here and come up. I'm going to come down for 2 seconds, pause for 1, and then up for 1. Second exercise we're going to do is a step up. You want to find a step that when you put your foot up on here, we have a 90-degree bend at the knee and at the hip. If this is too difficult, you can use a footstool or something smaller. You may want to make sure you have something you can grab hold of if you need to for extra balance. So what we're going to do is put our foot up. We're going to stay nice and tall. I'm going to pull with the front leg, and I'm going to come all the way up, pause, and again, I'm going to come down under control. By doing a single leg, we're not only getting strength in our quads, hamstrings, and glutes, but we're also working on stability throughout the ankle, the knee, and the hip. The third exercise I'm going to show you is a real simple band exercise, which is going to work the upper back and the shoulder blades. Really helps on offsetting all the faulty posture that most people have. You can take some sort of a band, doesn't need to be a very heavy band, and you want to anchor it to something immovable. It could be in a door jamb, a doorknob, a sturdy table. Just make sure it's really secure. Now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to stand away from it. My arms are going to be here, my thumbs are going to face up, and I'm going to pull all the way, squeeze my shoulder blades, and then come back under control. So coming out for 2, and then in for 2.
Crowley ends with the bottom line in 2009.
If you want to get fit and healthy in 2009, you got to do something on a daily basis, and you got to stay consistent with it. And there's no shortcuts.
To continue with Wayside, the new year is a great time to get active and maybe try a sport that you've never tried before. The club recently hired a tennis pro to the staff to enhance its tennis program, and she says she's ready for a challenge.
Full slice there, watch the spin. Nice, almost.
The Wayside Racquet and Swim Club is pleased to announce the addition of a certified tennis pro to the tennis staff.
My name is Lee Zenz, and I work here at the Marlborough Racquet and Swim Club. I actually just joined onto the club about 6 weeks ago into a new position. I'm the tennis coordinator here at the club, and I'm also one of the associate pros who teaches on our courts.
A resident of Princeton, Massachusetts, where she lives with her husband and 2 sons, Lee is an active singles and doubles player and has coached and captained women's USTA teams as well as high school girls teams.
I'm actually also an avid runner. I run road races, and I coach boys indoor soccer and also outdoor soccer as well.
As program coordinator, Lee is eager to further integrate all Wayside departments, from personal training to aquatics, into the tennis curriculum.
As I have advanced as a player, I have loved to bring the sport to others, that I can empathize with their own challenges as they are either starting the game or trying to get the next level, to get bumped up, we call it, in their ratings, or finally make the team and get a higher position in the team. So I've been very thrilled to be able to step on the court with them.
Working with tennis director Steve Weiner and the entire tennis staff, Lee hopes to expand the club's youth program to include the next generation of tennis players, as well as welcome players back to the game who have taken a break from the sport.
There's avid players here who have great passion for the game. And the pros are highly dedicated, and Steve is very passionate about it and well respected in the industry. So I'm very pleased to be here.
To get to know Lee just a little bit better, we asked her to describe herself for all of you at home.
Someone with lots of energy and lots of passion, and very committed, I guess.
To meet Lee or for more information, please call 508-481-1797 or visit Wayside's website at wayside.net. Still to come on Marlborough this week, the 15-year-old racquetball world champion. We have an exclusive interview that you don't want to miss. Plus,
coming up later in sports, it's all about the girls this week, Lady Aztecs and Panther basketball. All the action straight ahead.
The Massachusetts One-Stop Career Centers, connecting workers and employers.
For career services and resources, I can help with that.
If it's about computers or internet job searches, those are my classes and they're free.
Before you go on your job interview, I can help you prepare to do your best.
For veterans, it's One Stop for services.
For complete business services for employers, that's our team.
welcome back to Marlborough this week. A young member of a local gym is the racquetball world champion and a team member of the USA Juniors racquetball team. Courtney Chisholm is just 15 years old, but she certainly packs a punch.
As long as I can walk on my 2 feet, then I'll definitely be playing the sport.
Courtney Chisholm is the racquetball world champion in girls 14 under doubles and a team member of the USA Junior racquetball team that won the girls' overall team title at the 20th World Junior Championship in Tempe, Arizona. When Courtney's not having fun at school, she's on the racquetball court every waking moment, something she's done since the tender age of 7.
My dad used to play racquetball, so I would just hop in the court whenever I could, just have fun.
The sport has brought Courtney to many different places.
I enjoy traveling across the world, country, meeting new friends, and I especially love the competition.
Marcia Hayward, Courtney's first racquetball coach, has been there since the beginning.
Courtney was a natural the moment she walked on the racquetball court.
Hayward says Courtney's commitment to the game is what has gotten her so far.
She really puts a lot of work into the game. She's played at the local, state, and regional level. It takes a lot of commitment, and her parents are very supportive.
For those of you wanting to be just like Courtney and possibly accomplishing what she's accomplished, she has 3 words for you.
Practice, practice, practice.
You may be thinking this young girl has accomplished more at 15 than an experienced adult, but for Courtney, the best is yet to come.
My future goal is to win my 3rd world championship.
At Wayside Racquet and Swim Club, you can come and try racquetball without being a member.
Just start coming down, hitting the ball, main thing is just to have fun at first. Then if you are really into it, start taking lessons. Marcia's always here to help you, so definitely just come down, enjoy it, and then you can take a game to the nationals and even the worlds too.
Marcia even got me on the court for a few swings with Courtney to see how it feels to play with a champ. The bottom line is, Courtney Chisholm is a great example of what you can do when you put your mind to it. Her first coach thinks there's a bright future ahead for this young lady.
Even when she leaves high school to go on to college, I think it's a sport that will stick with her.
Today we have Salem, and Salem is a special guy for lots of reasons. He is a very low-key, easygoing cat. He gets along with everyone. There's dogs milling around. He doesn't seem to be fazed. He loves to be held. He's a big boy, as you can see. I think he weighs about 17 pounds now. He was brought into us as a stray, and what happened was we found a wound on him, and that happens a lot with cats that are outside. They get involved in fights with other animals, and we think that it must have been another cat because he contracted FIV, which is the feline AIDS virus. Cats can live a very long, healthy life with this virus. The main thing is that they do not go outside so that they do not infect other cats. And safely, we really believe they should live as an only cat, even though Salem does seem to get along well with other cats. The virus is passed by either mating, which now that he's neutered he won't be doing, and also bite wounds. So it's very important for Salem to stay safe indoors. He is an awesome, awesome kitty, and anyone would be lucky to have him. So if you'd like to know more about Salem, please call us at Buddy Dog. The number is 978-443-699.
Welcome to the wide world of Marlborough sports. This week, the boys hit the road, the girls stayed home, and apparently snow and ice means you can't play hockey. On Tuesday night, the Lady Aztecs were in action against, well, a Bay Path team that probably wishes they never got on the bus that afternoon. To the Tech we go. Frank Frere and his Lady Aztecs looking to rebound after a tough loss last Friday night to Blackstone, their first league loss. But on this night, you can pretty much laugh your way through this one. And as Bay Path put up what would be an embarrassing performance, Ashley Salem with the long two. She led the way with her season-high 18 points and a team high on this night. Now here's how most of the game went. A miss right there by Sam Kerrigan. Kind of wanders off, but comes back underneath, gets the two. And Assabet up about 30 here, but still decides full court press is absolutely necessary. So a turnover, Harpin gets it back down. She misses, but Kerrigan there, back in the action, not giving up on the play, puts in two more. Same sequence of event, the full court press, still necessary, up 30, 40 points. Harpin to Kerrigan for two more. That's 6 in a row for Kerrigan as the Lady Aztecs win 81-29 to improve to 9-2. The Panthers girls team has been inconsistent of late after a loss at Westboro last Tuesday. They took down the number 10 girls team in Central Mass, the Algonquin Tomahawks. On Tuesday night, the Panthers put in another lackluster performance versus Neshoba. Just before the halftime, running down, a nice bomb to Emily Riley, hits it off the glass and good just before the horns. So we go to the half, Marlborough up by 8 in the second half. The third quarter, very tough for the Panthers. Driving down low is Kelly Macko here after the save, puts it back up and good. Hoop and the harm, cuts it to 5 at the end of 3. But the Panthers in the fourth start to pull away thanks to that girl right there, Jessie Bryant, knocking down the triple. Then it's back to Bryant again. Runner into the lane, floats it up one-hand style off the glass and good. Marlborough starts to pull away and tack on a few points for this girl right here, Daisy Jordan, off the glass, good as the Panthers roll to a 45-33 victory. We caught up with Coach Kiley after the game after their second appearance versus Neshoba.
You're playing the team for the second time around in our league, and usually that second time around in the Midwatch B, you get a lot of battles, and that's what we as a battle. I was pleased with the fact that the girls handled adversity well. Second and third quarter didn't go very well for us, and in the fourth quarter we managed to play a lot better than we'd had in the previous 2 quarters. So at this point in the season, we're 9-3, tied for first in the Midwatch B. We're 6-1 in the league, tied with Groton Dunstable. So, you know, you have to be pleased with 9-3 and 6-1 overall. I think that one of the things that's been a key for us this season is we're not satisfied. So I think there'll be a lot of things we'll find in tonight's game that we'll want to improve upon.
Now hit the scoreboards here on the boys' side. The Marlborough boys destroyed the Chieftains, who probably wish they were doing their economics homework instead of watching the Panthers take the ball away 32 times in a 78-40 shellacking. Keith Brown led the way with 17 points and 8 of those steals. For the Aztec boys, Parker once again carried them with another double-double plus 6 blocks as they bounced back after their first league loss last Friday night with a 56-40 win at Bay Path. On Thursday night, however, the Aztec boys fell 56-50 to Whittier Tech. Steve Parker had half of those points, 25 on the night, and tacking another 14 rebounds and 5 blocks, the usual Parker night. No hockey this week since, like I said earlier, winter weather isn't ideal conditions. So next week, full hockey coverage as long as the weather is nice enough. But first, enjoy the Super Bowl, everyone. And since no team that loses 47-7 at any point in the season deserves to win the Super Bowl, I'm taking the Steel City to win by more than those Aztec girls did this week. That's it for sports. Back to Kristen.
Thanks, Carl. Coming up, Marlborough Hospital announces the return of their annual scholarship. But first, a look at your 5-day forecast. Stay with us. We'll be back right after this.
Every 2 seconds, someone in America needs blood. Nearly 5 million Americans will need a life-saving blood transfusion this year alone.
Every blood donation can save up to 3 lives. While many people know about the chronic shortage in the blood supply across the country, very few people are doing anything about it.
We need your help. Giving blood is easy. It only takes about an hour of your time.
Be a hero. Be a blood donor. Help us save a life.
Welcome back to Marlborough this week. Marlborough Hospital recently announced the return of the Herbert Buster McLaren Nursing Scholarship, which is open to residents in Marlborough and surrounding areas. The Nursing Scholarship is awarded annually to high school seniors and to those post-high school who are planning to pursue a degree in the nursing field. Those interested in learning more about the scholarship may contact their school's guidance department or the education department of Marlborough Hospital. All applications must be received by March 31st, 2009. And before we go, the Marlborough Education Foundation is hosting a Valentine's Day evening interactive mystery party for adults. The event will be held at Employment Options on Saturday, February 7th. Admission is $25 and all proceeds will go to the Education Foundation. To order tickets or for more information, please feel free to contact Valerie Cohen at 508-481-0008. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Marlborough This Week. I'm Kristen Doucette. We want to thank you for joining us, and we'll see you again next week.